Welcome back. What up, y'all? In case you didn't know, we're talking about fucking Spider-Man today. Bum, bum, bum.
Thwip.
That was good.
Good thwips.
All right, I have to take this mask off now. We've gotten the clip, dude. Oh, my God. I could have died that way.
It was smothering you, huh?
It was smothering me, dude. I could never be.
Oh my God.
And that's why Tobey Maguire is the best actor of all time.
Yeah, that's why Toby rules. And he was 16 at that time. Did you know that? He was a 16-year-old boy.
By 16, do you mean 36?
Yeah, I was about to say there is no way he was 16.
I know he wasn't that old, but he looked old.
He was certainly the oldest
He
Spider-Man.
wasn't what we'd call boyish.
No, he looked like a full-grown man. Welcome back, Untitled Shoe Show. As per usual, we got Yohei in the building. We got Sean here on the boards. And today we're mixing two of our favorite things. Comics, shoes, Spider-Man.
That is a good. This is like a crossover.
This
episode.
is a
Dude,
very.
we're crossing over, everybody.
Oh yeah, we're totally doing that.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was insistent Sean be seated in his honorable position today with
Thank
us because this topic is very something we can all pitch in on. You know.
I like there's a little fray at the bottom of your mask, and it kind of looks like you have
Here?
a little goatee.
Yeah,
No,
it's like
look
a
over
string.
at Sean.
It's like a little string.
He looks like he has like one of those little
yeah,
shitty goatees.
I see it.
It's part of the mask, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You do look like if Spider-Man was in Fast and the Furious, that's what he would look like.
Oh man.
If he was stealing DVD players off trucks,
Oh.
that would be the vibe he had.
Oh my God. Fast X coming soon to theaters.
So how's everyone doing today so far, though? What's
Good.
going on? Everyone doing okay? We all made it?
We made it. I picked up a shift at work, and now I don't have a day off this week. So
Damn.
that's where we're at.
My guy's going 7 days in a row.
It's all good. You're going to the Cavs game tonight, yeah?
No, I will not be.
No?
So the tickets are very cheap. We're talking.
know, they dropped.
We're talking like $60. You can get a ticket up to.
Damn, really?
Yeah, and you can get pretty close
That's like
to the
on the
court
floor?
for like $300,
Oh,
which is
shit.
like absolutely affordable.
serious?
I am dead serious. But
In a
here's the thing.
playoff game. I mean, I know we're down and out, but geez.
Well, it's so yeah.
when we
I don't
win-
know. Whenever this airs online, today is the do or die game. Cavs home versus the Knicks.
so why aren't you
If-
going if the ticket?
Well, I mean, you know,
It's just a sad vibe.
it's just it's so many doubts, you know. So basically, if we could win today, mind you, which would be wonderful, but in order for us to
could.
win the series, we have to win 2 more additional games.
Correct.
We have to win in New York, which you've never won at the Knicks, you know, this season or recently. That
In
is
the Garden.
yeah, and then
In the Garden.
If we win that next game, then we have to win back in Cleveland. Just a lot of like, just, you know,
I mean, that would be the path
that is
to
this is
winning
the way
the series.
this is the way.
Um,
As I see Grogu over there.
So no game for you tonight.
We'll see.
My friend's pissed, or his fiance's pissed because she spent like $400 on these tickets like a week
Forever ago.
Like, yeah, like not.
And
it wasn't
now-
that long. It was before we were down 3-1. So
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
And now they're worth absolutely nothing.
I mean, she better be like freaking playing with the Cavaliers for that price. I mean,
Right. Well,
you get to suit up.
we both went out last night. He's super hungover, so I think he's gonna have a time.
Ooh. I'm also having a time, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
were you
cracking
really
a
up till
couple.
6 a.m.?
Yeah, I was up till like 6:30 a.m.
That's very late.
I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't even like cracking beers or anything. I was just strictly watching the CBS 2014 show Scorpion.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. I do not remember the show.
It's got who's the guy who plays T-1000 or whatever?
Yeah,
and-
Patrick something.
Yeah, that guy is in it. He's an FBI guy. And
Okay,
There's a kid or an adult man, I guess, but he has.
an adult man.
Is his name Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, it's kind of a Tobey Maguire situation, but he has the 4th highest IQ in like ever recorded, and he runs this team. and like he's the smartest guy. The other dude's a like human computer. The other dude's a fucking world-class shrink, and the last one's a mechanical engineer genius. And they work with the FBI and solve crimes.
And
What's the show called? One more time. Sorry.
Scorpion.
And you just ripped this whole series.
Yeah, dude, just ripped like 10 episodes. Just fucking housed them down.
Good stuff.
And I was great. I ate healthy last night. I didn't even have like shitty food. I had a cauliflower crust pizza.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, baby.
You're the picture of health.
Where did one get that?
At Target.
Target. All right.
They're not great.
It's not bad,
It's not bad. It's also kind of small and filling enough. So if I'm going to eat something late, which I always end up doing, I'm like, I don't want fucking eating the chicken Philly. Turns out, makes you feel not great in the morning.
For sure.
It's funny you said that. I almost had that for lunch yesterday. I had chicken salad instead.
Chicken salad, lighter meal, dude. And that's a lunchtime meal. That's cold.
It was good.
That's another podcast. Would Spider-Man eat to maintain his lifestyle?
I feel like he's a big pizza guy with being New York.
Of course. Spider-Man is the classic so New York type person that it's always like pizza, chopped cheese, and fucking hot dogs from a cart.
You know, I just noticed is no one he never had like a Brooklyn accent.
Which, thank God.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Where's he from? He's from Manhattan, I thought.
Queens.
He's
Queens.
What's the Queens Manhattan? Or what,
Queens.
Is
It
there like
still
a crazy?
just has that New York.
The clear answer is just Action Bronson. That's
okay. I should have known that.
But
Let's see. We got a lot of Spider-Man to talk about. There's actually a little bit of Spider-Man news to talk about.
Is it the new Spider-Verse movie?
New Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
You boys been seeing some trailers?
Not yet, actually, but I just saw the one dude from Get Out and from Nope is going to be the punk rock Spider-Man or something like that.
Yeah, they have. I mean, it's usually like a star-studded cast on those things. And
Pulling it up on the YouTube.
oh, dude, we're pulling it up. We got fucking tech over here. We have a TV behind this camera. What you guys don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they always get like a star-studded cast. I feel like for a lot of these things.
Sure.
And I know this one's very heavily. It's what's his name? Oscar Isaac
Okay.
plays the Spider-Man 2099, who kind of seems like he's going to be that Peter B. Parker role of this movie.
Gotcha.
And I think everyone's just kind of assuming it's something to do with Miles not necessarily being a true Spider-Man.
Okay. Fair enough. Some inner struggle, you know. You know what's great? That Spider-Man game is all these skins from like all the Spider-Verses.
Yeah.
It's great.
You start to get to know the characters from the game.
Yeah.
So that way when they pop up in this, it's acceptable.
The 2091, the 2099 is actually kind of sick.
Is great.
I mean, from what I remember, that comic wasn't like amazing. Like people were just kind of whatever about it.
No, they did a shit ton of
just cool artwork.
2099 comic lines.
Yeah, they did a big run for that, yeah.
Most of them sucked. Spider-Man 2099 was probably the most successful, though.
Right.
But that's because I think they started tying it back in. You got the Spot,
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
big character from the game, right?
No,
Mr. Negative.
Mr. Negative, yeah. Yeah, the first game he's the main villain. Actually very cool. Like those games are great. Like I can't wait for the new, and that's why I have to buy a PS5 because the new one's going to
Because you need the new one?
I do.
Are they not dropping it on PS4?
No, I don't think so. And even if they are, it's just a good excuse to get a PS5.
Yeah, it's like, oh, shucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Keeping it relative, guys. I don't know about you. I'm sure you can test it. But when that first Spider-Man movie came out, it was a big deal. I was in like the 6th grade. You were probably around the same age, Yohei. I mean, dude.
yeah,
it was a big deal.
I was
The first Spider-Man.
third.
Third?
I had to think about it. Third. Yep.
So, all right, let's just clear so we all know where everyone stands here.
Yeah.
Just real quick, John McGraw, Sean, best Spider-Man actor,
Best actor.
live action.
Honestly, I have to give it to Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
I really do.
Yohei?
I agree with him. It's Tom Holland.
It's 3 for 3. My man has crushed it.
He embodies
It's-
the Yeah.
Yeah, he came in the restaurant one time. He was shooting that movie Cherry. Yeah.
Wow. So they got some vintage clothes from Highland Throwbacks.
Did they?
Yeah. Yep.
So some like staff, whatever,
Spider-Man shirt.
Yeah, no,
Tom Holland wasn't
So
caught
she
walking in,
was
but yeah.
like, no, it wasn't Tom Holland.
Yeah.
This was like the costume
person,
coordinator
yeah.
person. She just needed like 90s or what was that, early 2000s period correct clothes.
Sure.
And we just specialize in just
That
that,
exact
era
thing.
of
Yeah.
just.
I heard that movie was kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, it was.
It's kinda dark
it's
and
like,
fucked up.
It has to do with like just
Yeah, people
hard
going to
life
war
after
and-
war. Yeah, PTSD type stuff. You know?
But
no,
the Tobey Maguire one. I mean, Tobey's probably
So that's the most like golden,
Yeah.
like the standard of how it should feel watching a Spider-Man movie. Because before that, we just kind of had the corny, like what is that, Adam West style Batman
Sure.
type
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
well-
where it's like corny, you know?
That was also, I think that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie is in that realm of comic book movies that re-solidified comic book movies could be good. Because in between that, we had the fucking Batman debacle of fucking Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what the fuck?
they thought this genre is dead. There's no money in this. Yeah.
Even when they were trying to be a little more serious, they looked shitty. Like there was like Spawn and stuff.
Well, but Blade came out the next year. Blade was the big
You
one.
do get Blade, but Blade's also a vampire movie, so it falls a little bit into almost this horror category.
That's true. Yeah.
But then, yeah, you start getting like X-Men, Spider-Man, movies that were like, all right, for the time, pretty fucking good.
I saw the first Spider-Man like 3 times in theaters. I fucking loved it.
I don't remember seeing it in theaters.
Cardboard VHS for me.
I do remember I do remember not loving though that Green Goblin wasn't like the Green Goblin from the fucking cartoon.
Right.
And the cartoon to me at the time was king.
Yeah, I was a big fan.
The
of
guitar
cartoon.
riff on the intro,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, that shit was wild. And
The vocoder, like Spider-Man.
yeah, it's so good. And also the stories are pretty fucking, they're great. It's the same thing X-Men did where they did a great job of taking these big, huge, complicated, fucking like fatty stories
They're
from
good
comics,
stories.
and they condense them down
Yeah.
into a thing. And sometimes they make their own, and those work.
Go on Disney Plus. There's a really good. I think it's in the second season. It's a two-parter with Doctor Strange where they team up. It's a great episode.
There's a lot of two-parters
really,
too.
Really good episode.
But the greatest thing about Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, like Spider-Man, was the soundtracks that they compiled, and they got freaking Nickelback's Chad Kroger
Oh my
for
god! Yeah,
this song.
I mean, that song kind of bops, dude. Not gonna lie.
and stop it. We've got. We're gonna lose.
Copyright.
They even
copyright.
had a full-blown
I don't
music
need
video.
Nickelback's lawyers
Yeah,
busting
dude.
down my door.
Bro, that's one step closer.
Nickelback suing us could be the best thing that ever happens.
One step closer to becoming a Canadian citizen. Yeah, man. So no, I think that first movie was such an amazing cinematic experience, right? And to tie it into sneakers in general, right? Before then, if you really loved a movie, you had to have money to purchase things like props and memorabilia, correct? Unless they made some limited edition, one of 100,000, whatever, or something that you can get. And
Correct.
what I really liked about that first Spider-Man is that thing is just sprinkled with so many Nike shoes by like the whole cast, including, let's just start with Green Goblin. Green Goblin was wearing green flight posits. It's
yeah.
it's a shiny shoe. I think we've talked about it in a past
Maybe briefly,
podcast.
yeah.
And then we have the image of Toby, what his name was Bonesaw, right? So when he fought, Bonesaw is coming, right?
Talking about when he was
What's-
fighting Macho Man.
Macho Man Savage, yeah.
Yeah.
brother.
Randy Savage.
And we have him here.
3 minutes.
I got you for 3 minutes,
Yeah,
brother.
it's so iconic.
Yeah. And what's
Dude, are
fascinating?
those Air Force One jewels?
no.
That's what they look like, and
that
I was
would be
like,
so cool.
how sick is that? I was like, this dude rules.
Dude, this
I'm not
guy-
mad.
So it's like the jewel swoosh is just
So
it's a little like plastic swoosh on the shoe instead of it being
instead
like
of
the
a
big leather one.
Okay, perfect. Here. So this is Jordan 1, but if this was an Air Force 1, it would be instead of a leather,
Yeah.
it's just this little tiny plastic thing. It's called the jewel swoosh.
Oh,
and a
God.
lot of people
And
hate
we
it.
love it.
I'm indifferent about it. Some of the jewel swoosh shoes
like
are clean.
detachable?
No,
Not
it's just
at
like
all.
a little like piece on there.
You know, it would be nice if it was detachable, wouldn't it be? That way we can.
well, dude, if you drove your DeLorean, we can go back in time.
Is that a
and-
thing? Can I invent like it's like a shoe that just like you change the logo every day?
Oh,
Like
it's
little
totally.
Velcro thing?
There's probably
I'm surprised there isn't one
probably
for
50
jewels.
Nike shoes where the swoosh is removable.
Or some shitty custom dude was like, "Yeah, I've made this new thing."
So what's very fascinating about this dunk right here is
Perfect.
it doesn't
Gonna be able to be seen.
it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
No, and I'll explain why. So as you can see, Tobey Maguire, you know,
the
when
movie doesn't exist.
the movie
Is this a
Mandela
Mandela
effect,
effect, dude?
yeah. So here's what's
You
going on.
never even saw
This-
Spider-Man, dumbass.
This man, who's wearing a very similar mask to what I'm wearing right now,
Yes.
had to make his own costume at home to fight Bonesaw.
Right.
His shoes.
I
wanna buy that car.
love that you're explaining.
There is no, and I've done thorough research. I've read through Reddit forums and everything. There is no, it's a dunk high. It's a red dunk. So this is Jordan 1, but it's a red dunk high, white midsole, red bottom, white swoosh. That does not exist.
It's probably just customed.
Exactly. So the
my
costumes department, what they must have done is they just took a similar dunk. I don't know what the base color was, but they painted it all red and then made the swoosh white. And that's what
yeah.
he wore, which is really cool because according to the story, he had to make this whole costume with homemade things, and he probably just had some Nikes from, his aunt's house in Queens, and he just made his own outfit.
Do you think someone has those shoes?
Oh, they exist.
Toby has them.
Toby no, Toby. I feel like
They
Toby
actually
has-
seem like something that would roll through like Pawn Stars. Like some guy that
Yo,
worked
it
on
could
the
be
movie.
like a Pawn Stars
Yeah,
thing.
some guy that worked on the
in.
movie stole them at the end of the shoot.
It's always really weird when you see shoes on Pawn Stars because they just have Chumley do it, and he's just on
just
StockX.
watch him waddle up to the fucking counter. And
He's just at StockX, and he's like, "These shoes are valued."
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I were to appraise that shoe, it would be so high, just because it's like one of one for that shoe. Even though it's a custom, that shoe caused so much fervor amongst like Nike heads because they're like, "What is he wearing?" And they're doing the research of backlogs of all the Nike Dunks that were pre 2001 or 2000 because they're filming the thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't. The shoe doesn't exist. So it's just a funny shoe amongst many other Nike shoes that were worn in those movies. So there you have that.
I'm trying to think. Does he rock any other like heavy
in that first movie.
in just that whole trilogy? Is he rocking some other Nikes? You
So-
see Jerry Seinfeld out here, dude.
No. That's a
You got
great
pairs?
question.
This
I am-
motherfucker got pairs.
At the very moment, I am not aware of, besides that wrestling scene and the flight posit, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other Nike shoes in the movie, but none that like come to
Pop
mind.
out.
Yeah. But I will say Andrew Garfield, I got a pick right here. He's busting out. I believe he was
Nobody's
he was skating in
favorite.
some Janoskis. He was like,
Oh yeah, I forgot that he skateboards in that movie. And
Oh,
well-
that was my only gripe with that movie is they made Peter Parker too cool.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he was
sick.
way too cool for that
Dude,
movie.
his hair rules. He's good at skateboarding in what was it, 2010?
Yeah.
People think that's sick. What are you talking? No one. This isn't like 1985.
That was honestly like one of the few problems I had with those Andrew Garfield ones. I didn't really mind them actually. I thought they were decent, especially the second one. I liked the second one.
I wish the villains always ruined it for me in the Amazing Spider-Man.
I mean, the fact
I
that they,
agree.
spoilers, guys. This movie came out 15 years ago, but when killing Gwen Stacy, like just true to the comics,
I
like,
liked that.
that
was like
really
res-
ended
it was
the
respect.
franchise.
No, I thought that part
Yeah,
was
exactly.
good to go ahead and like do the Gwen Stacy
yeah,
stuff.
there was only two of them, right?
Yeah, there's just two. because they were going to release the army of robotic Sinister Sixes, and I didn't like that.
That was corny. Yeah.
There's a lot of like weird shit to it that I was like, they were going off the rails.
Yeah.
And then
Paul Giamatti as the Rhino.
yeah, Paul Giamatti as the Rhino. The way the lizard looked, I always didn't. I hated it. It's way too. To me, the lizard's supposed to be a little bit more fucking humanoid. It almost how he is in
The animated series.
The animated series, and even I think they toned him back a lot for the newest Spider-Man movie because he's in the latest Spider-Man.
Yeah. They definitely changed that animation. Yeah.
Yeah, like they changed the animation a little bit, and he's not so like reptilian.
Yeah. That was always a great character because, like, I always liked the lizard because it's like him and Peter were like friends.
Yeah, they're boys.
Yeah. Like,
And then he's like, dude, I'm doing drugs. I'm doing drugs. I'm turning into a lizard.
Yeah, I'm hooked on the lizard juice.
I'm either gonna get my arm back or I'm gonna turn into a giant lizard and fucking cause
But that was
chaos.
just the one that was just from the movie. He wasn't missing an arm in the comics and stuff, was
Yeah.
he? Oh, he was?
That's
Okay.
like always been his big thing is for some.
regrowing something. Yeah, okay.
But the thing is, lizards regrow their tails. It's not
Yeah.
like lizards are regrowing like arms and legs like that.
You know, someone asked me one time, I'm missing about a quarter inch on this finger here.
Whoa.
And I swear, I can't remember who it was. They were like, is it going to grow back? I go, no, I'm not I'm not a salamander. Like,
Is it gonna grow
They don't
back?
grow back.
Jerry Garcia has proven that it does not. It does not grow.
he was missing a whole digit.
What
yeah.
happened to Jer?
With this finger?
Yeah.
His brother, it was they were chopping wood when they were like 4 or 5 years old or something like that.
Oh,
And
just
his
cut it
brother-
off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, hope that was a cooler story.
And that's actually kind of fun. When this incident happened, I was wearing my Grateful Dead shirt. So it was like, it
You
was
were
kind
like,
of.
perfect.
You're like, I know essentially how he feels.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
I got caught in my bicycle crank, my fixie. I was it was like I tried to like stop the pedal with my hand and like it was like a meat slicer just yeah, freak accident. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, what do you
If you could see my face under
yeah, I know.
this
Like
mask,
everyone just. Oh.
it just felt like a pinch. It happened like a
Yeah.
split second, and then I
That's
looked-
how it
I
always
looked and it was
is.
This bloody stub.
Yeah.
I almost like passed out actually.
Yeah.
Just oh.
No, I felt like myself like blacking out a little
Yeah.
bit. It was crazy.
That
So-
is terrifying. Well, back to Spider-Man
Back to
shoes.
Spider-Man. So basically from that movie, it became very evident
Are you
that
talking about Amazing
Toby,
Spider-Man?
Real quick before Amazing,
Toby.
I got to talk about non-movie Spider-Man shoes too. So, and there in 2004, a Dunk came out for kids, right?
Okay.
And I wanted to show you guys because this was around the same time that kids would be wearing Spider-Man shoes that light up, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely a little past our time, I think, you know. But it just became very evident that people are not just wearing Converses and Pro Kids. You know, this is well before, but it's like people want to wear things based off their favorite characters and heroes and stuff. And
Yeah.
Spider-Man is just really high on that list. Check out this in 2004. They made a Dunk Low for kids.
Actually, pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
sick shoe.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They
Kind of-
never made it in adult sizes. But-
What's the biggest it goes?
Probably a 7.
Yikes.
Sucks.
Damn.
Yeah. Dang.
Those are
The
kinda cool.
execution is beautiful. I mean,
Such a smart, just to do the webbing on the panels like that or whatever. Just so smart and so simple.
for sure.
That it's like sometimes when they do concept shoes, they go so overboard,
Right.
and miss the like obvious, beautiful, clean looking shoe.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I didn't even see those.
We'll
but
talk about
I
that.
like these too.
Yes, and this one actually has to very much do with tonight's game, so we'll talk about that.
Perfect.
Is all right. So
This John behind us, real quick. That's from 2008. Okay.
this is in between Amazing Spider-Man, I think,
Oh
and
my god, dude, the SBs.
Yep.
I haven't seen this little bad boy in a long time.
Yeah.
The mid.
So this is the
Yeah.
mid. Now, not all mids had straps, but this one did.
But all
And
straps have mids.
definitely the execution is pretty much straightforward, done correctly. I
Yeah.
would say. No gimmicks to this one. And
I mean, clean colorway. It's not like super crazy. It kind of gives me the. It's a little 6.0. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Which
feel
is like, for those that don't know, is like Nike SB is kind of like budget and like line. So it kind of has like a weird. It feels like it's like almost missing like a cuff. on the upper or something weird to me. But yeah, it's like a fine.
Is this called like Spider-Man colorway or
100%. It is.
Is that what it's called?
It
Yeah.
is called Spider-Man.
sick?
Yeah, but on the box, Nike could not put Spider-Man due to licensing, so everyone
was-
called it Spider-Man, but it's not the Spider.
Well,
you
this
know.
was also that era of Nike SBs where street nicknames were more prominent almost than
Sure.
official nicknames from Nike.
Exactly. And you'd be happy to know there's Batman dunks. There's,
Yeah, everyone's
Edge,
got
any,
shoe, dude.
yeah, Superman dunks. You know, you
Ronald
got
Reagan.
The Ronald Reagan dunks.
The Ronald Reagans.
I want those jumps.
That was so random, but I love it. Okay.
All right,
man.
so moving on to Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, era.
Do we have any shoes that come out that you know of during that time? Because usually when a movie drops,
Yeah. Wouldn't this be Andrew Garfield era or
was
08?
2008. What's when did Amazing Spider-Man come out? You got a phone on you, dude. I would guess 2010.
The Andrew Garfield one was 2010, I believe. Yep.
All right, Spider-Man Amazing.
Maybe 11. Actually, I'm going with 11.
Okay,
Okay, it is.
let's hear drum roll,
12.
please. Woo!
So this is before.
That's what I'm saying. This was in between Toby and Andrew Garfield.
Fair enough.
Do you know of any shoes that came out for Amazing Spider-Man? Like, was there like a Puma? I feel like a Puma would have came out for Amazing Spider-Man. That's kind of like
I can assure you, they never tapped in on
Was
this.
there a custom Fila Destructor?
There was a Le Coq Sportif Spider-Man.
Ooh, that'd be-
La France. No. There, it's only been Nike and Adidas thus far, and unfortunately for Amazing Spider-Man, they still didn't tap in on official movie collaborations. It was
Yeah.
only like Warren movies, which is dope, right? That's a start. But there was no like actual. We'll talk about later, like actual collaborations and stuff like that.
Which is kind of surprising, just because
Sneaker culture
seemed-
wasn't there yet.
2012.
No, it was there, but I'm just saying, as far as like this mass
Yeah, it just-
marketing thing, it was more
It
of
still seems like that time though that there would have been like maybe a light collab from a Nike.
unfortunately not just yet. But I am looking up something for you, Bapesta.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man bubble.
we gotta talk about the Bapes of Spider.
Of course. This is when Nike did get along with let's see here. Cuz I'm a little shaky on the years here. But I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the classic Bapes.
And patent leather, that reminds me of like the cartoon Spider-Man as far as
Right.
colors, because you could tell what era of Spider-Man based on the shades of the blue and whatnot. But this looks like, it's in Russian.
Hell yeah, hacked. We got him. Bring the boys in. Thank you guys. This has been a video proof evidence of
Guys, I can't read any of this
Yohei.
information.
Yohei being a traitor.
Let's just say this: based on the yellowing of the bubble,
Right.
this is pretty.
Way back there.
Yeah, this is Tobey Maguire.
Well, let's go to Russia and pick them up.
One,
How about they bring it to us?
I just completely imagine Yohei being a fucking like expert on Pawn Stars, like since it was in the air, like just them being like,
I need
he's
to
like,
call an expert real quick.
he's like, yeah, I got a shoe guy. Can you wait a minute? Because those guys always have to wait like it's like 4 hours for this expert to get there
Yeah.
for them to get like $75 extra
They'll
dollars.
offer 1/4 of my evaluation.
Yohei's like looking at the box.
Be like, huh?
Well, you can see by the yellowing of the plastic. What you guys don't understand, plastic. It's this clear stuff that's over the shoes. That
Only the
looks,
Bapes, mind you.
it looks
Just
like
embellish it, yeah.
it looks like an action figure. Do you know what action figures are? They're toys. Usually played with by boys, sometimes girls. Experts. But I don't think there was any shoes for Tom Holland. Tom never rocks them because Disney.
What? What are you saying?
Yeah, no, like Homecoming, I think.
Bro, my
What's
brother.
he rocking?
Bro, he is rocking the first one when they go to Venice.
Yeah.
He is wearing Air Maxes.
Oh, it's the second
They're,
one. Oh, nice.
Oh, whoops. a little hazy here, but yeah, he's 100% wearing Nikes, and then another time, I'm pretty sure he was wearing Chucks, but I'm a little hazy on that.
I
Makes
feel like
sense.
everyone in all Marvel movies just wears like generic shoe. Like they just like they find something that's just
Tastefully
like, so...
generic. They ain't wearing no like Jordan team shoe or like
Oh yeah, they're not wearing like
Fila
subtle.
disruptors, you know. But
Yeah,
they're wearing like generic.
they're not
heat.
wearing obviously shitty shoes.
They could though,
yeah.
depending on who the staff and the
Like, if one of-
production. They're just like they're.
But yeah, it's like someone like Tony Stark. It's like, oh, I'm the cool billionaire that wears sneakers with a blazer.
Yeah.
oh,
that's probably true.
another story. So when the first okay, I don't want
Tell
to
us
try
the story.
get too far
Come,
off.
Papa.
We can
But
segue
Robert
Iron
Downey
Man.
Jr. was gifted by a Nike exec a pair of these patent leather Air Force Ones. They never made them, and I was like, when I first found out, he wore them out to.
Are they like Iron Man colors?
They are.
Yeah.
So it's like this burgundy-ish
you
red
guess?
with gold. It's
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful. Like
Wine and gold.
It's just like this, like where it couldn't be better, right? And he wore them out to the Tonight Show or something, and it ended up surfacing up on eBay about like 7 years ago. I remember, and I missed the bid, and they're gone now. But I was
You
like,
almost got.
I almost got him. I was so upset. They were Robert Downey Jr.'s like he wore them for that night, and then they were no longer in his possession.
I also just thought about it. This outfit right now would have been the perfect outfit for you to wear to do like confessions of sneaker stories where we just give
Like
you
Vice.
Yeah, we give you like we give you the gangland voice where you're
Be
just
like,
like it's like and then I went and found the guy who got me the shoes and I
Yeah, I'm
couldn't
gonna
talk
distort your
about it.
voice for this episode.
Yeah, Yohei's
For sure.
voice will be completely disrupted. It's gangland shit, dude.
Dude, I think those shows are so funny when they interview someone who, in my opinion, doesn't even need to wear a mask. Like, they're just talking about, like, non-illegal things. I'm like, why are you distorting his voice? Like, what? This is not illegal.
'cause they
compared to other ones that really are.
They
but
were
like,
all in the studio together, and they're like, well, why does he get a mask? And they're like, he killed 53 people. And they're like, okay, I ran the ice cream shop that I saw him at one time. I don't understand why.
I need to protect my image. Yeah.
Well,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
What are we talking?
we did veer into the Iron Man, but
No, I
in
had a-
general, sneakers, always makes it to the big screen. And part of me feels like there is some kind of business deal going in the background. I'm sure because
Yeah, if they're always wearing Nikes, yeah. it
yeah,
makes
there's
sense.
something going on here. But ultimately, I will say this is from what I'm aware. We were talking about sneakers and movies like 2 episodes ago, 3
Yes, we
episodes
were.
ago.
Go check it out. It's on Spotify and YouTube.
Spotify,
And
YouTube.
usually when
Check 'em
Nike
out.
does an official collaboration, they will make merchandise for the staff where it will be like Nike swoosh and then it'll be like the movie title, right? With the font and everything. And that's like sick memorabilia that one could purchase, down the road on eBay and stuff like that.
One could.
Well, I've never seen that for
Two could.
Spider-Man or, the
Oh,
Tom
they've
Holland
never
ones.
had like any official.
Yeah.
I don't think
But bro, he in all 3 movies he is wearing Nikes. So like
there's an official partnership, to be honest. I think it's just kind of whatever like wardrobe has. Mm-hmm. But a movie that 100% has Spider-Man and Nike's corporate little fingerprints all over
Grubby
it
little hands.
would be,
Spider-Verse.
fucking Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Is that the...
if I may actually say real quick, before we even get into that, you did forget that Tom Holland did do an official crossover in the Jake Gyllenhaal. Which is that? Second, third?
The second one, yeah.
Second, okay. So I'm about to show you Tom Holland and
I can't believe I
Dominic.
jumped the gun like this.
Did I
feel
just say Dominic? Donovan
foolish.
Mitchell.
The Spider-Man. The other Cleveland Spider-Man.
Oh, do they call Donovan Mitchell Spider-Man?
They do. GV Art made a cool
It's
shirt.
Spider.
So Spider,
Oh, Spider-Man.
which is so cool.
Is he... Again, we cannot play a YouTube video.
Oh.
Okay. Well, this will be
And then-
perfect
so-
dead air that we
Right here, I'm just showing you the picture. Donovan Mitchell and Tom
Right.
Holland are in a commercial together, and they officially made him a Spider-Man.
Those are sick, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's
those
super
are
clean.
really sick.
So wait, is this like a custom, like a pretty rare pair, or
No.
do they
general release.
Look
Yeah,
at the inside of the tongue, like
Spider
the
plan,
spider web. Yeah, that's really cool, man.
talk
Yeah,
about
I
some
think
ankle
it's-
support too. And they really
Is she
got you.
number 1?
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. So I found these at Plato's. Thank goodness. It was like $18, but yeah. So
breaking
this,
the bank.
yeah, man. I'd say this is a clean execution. A little webbing action here.
Yeah, the for those that can't see, the Nike, or I'm sorry, the Adidas 3 stripes are little webs.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I like that it's very low Adidas. Like you don't.
Low profile Adidas.
Well, no,
Right,
it's just
right.
like it doesn't have like a bunch
Branding.
of branding on
Yeah.
it. It's just kind of its own individual thing. Like when
Yeah.
it took me a second.
Like I would
when
rock the shit out of those.
I thought it was just some kind of. To be honest, I thought it was like a Chinese brand type
No,
weird
no.
knockoff thing.
So what's
it's
interesting about
real.
this? What's
It's
interesting
Adidas.
about this
You've done it. It's real.
is Tom Holland's wearing Nikes the whole trilogy, right?
Yeah, because he's cool.
But then this happens. So like that
Well, yeah,
must
'cause
have
he got
really
paid.
angered somebody at Nike. I feel like
Sure, sure.
But it's just fascinating. And when they announced Donovan Mitchell's coming to Cleveland, I'm like, oh, sick. The only
That's
reason why I
Spider-Man.
said sick was because of this. Like everyone was saying sick because they just wanted better players, no doubt. But I'm just like, do you know this guy was in a
He made a
commercial with
Spider-Man
Tom
shoe?
Holland, like officially sanctioned collaboration like that? That's so cool to me. Like.
Yohei's like, did you hear we got
I
Tom
think I'm
Hol-"
like the only dude who cares in Cleveland, like genuinely.
He's like, dude,
Granted,
we
I
got
didn't buy
Tom
these full
Holland's
price.
friend is coming to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Exactly.
This guy's
dude.
friends with Tom Holland.
Exactly.
They're boys, man.
So that's that. I had to get that before you
That's
talked about
fair. I forgot
Spider-Verse.
I didn't even know Donovan Mitchell had shoes.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry.
Love it. Love it.
Shots fired.
Oh, one more thing, guys. I apologize deeply. Clearly, Marvel did a thing with Adidas because they made a Venom one too.
Yeah.
So it's like Venom's. It's all
Oh,
black
nice.
with Venom's eyes, and then they did like some other spider suit colorways and things like that. So it's very clear that Adidas and Marvel, are doing their thing. They're capitalizing it. But again, being from Cleveland, super cool. So
You'll love to see it.
Super cool.
cool.
But yeah, Spider-Verse, Jordan.
Yeah,
ones.
back to
rocking the Jordans.
Back to our bread and butters, if you know what I'm saying. These are the second shoe from, or these the first ones?
First.
These are the first ones. So these are the shoes from Into the Spider-Verse. Fucking kind of has that little dot texture to it that was what the movie. I just think the movie is amazing.
Yeah,
I think
it
the
really
shoe,
is, yeah.
The shoe makes sense in the movie. It's not like a forced thing. Like this kid's doing some
Does
graffiti.
he rock them in the comics too?
He might.
Or like I don't know if they're allowed to draw it like that.
But I'm sure whatever the silhouette to it was like a cool sneaker
yeah.
because Miles Morales is always supposed to have been this like kind of super smart kid, but he wants to be super cool over being super smart. So he's trying to be cool all the time.
For sure.
And it's like, yeah, this was a fucking amazing shoe.
This is actually when Rory first met me. Was when I got the shoe in a sneaker
We
lineup,
fist fought each other in a
and-
sneaker line for him.
and I came dressed as Spider-Man, which is probably really hard for you guys to imagine, honestly.
Yeah, I can barely imagine you doing something like that.
And I got him from somebody via coin flip, and I got
course.
I got a good price for them.
Coin
so.
flip.
Yeah, coin flip, like a lesser and a couple.
The coin
dollars more,
flip, I've learned because I've been watching watch videos on YouTube. All these guys who sell like Rolexes and like baguettes and all
Really
this crazy
cool
shit.
guys, yeah.
But all these dudes, they're selling watches, and it's always like, we're gonna do $285,000 or $280,000, and they're like,
Flip a coin.
$5,000 coin flip.
Flip the coin.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yeah,
because
when-
once you're at that point,
Yeah,
too, in
the
money,
deal is almost
that's
done.
That's $5.
Yeah.
So it's like, but
I mean, I've done a $500 difference coin flip once. Whew.
really?
Yeah, and I
What was the
decided to not
product?
care. Oh, a pair of Dunks.
A pair of
Yeah,
dunks?
so the price was $3,000 or 3,500.
What?
And so what I did was I said, okay, your friend flips a coin and you call it. I have nothing to do with it. Whatever happens, if you win, then you win. They flip it, and I just decided, you know what? I have to be at peace because my reaction will not change the outcome. Freaking, he lost, and so.
So you
I saved.
profited.
Yes.
Why do I feel like you had a gun to this guy's head while he was flipping?
No, I was literally like this. I was literally.
Your friend flips the fucking coin.
No.
You call it in the fucking air. All right.
I was literally like this. I was
If
like,
you win.
yeah. Good times. Yeah, sometimes when a deal is like
Notice how
so
quiet
close
he
to
got.
finishing, sometimes when a
happened.
deal is so close, you got to finish it. But anyway, real quick, this shoe in the movie, he's actually wearing normal Chicago's, like the Lost and Found. So I brought it that one time.
Yeah.
But when they actually came out with the product, which is the Into the Spider-Verse, this is actually not worn in the movie, but they did this whole ice outsole, which is a cool look.
That is cool. I was noticing that.
Yeah, and then this whole pattern, different materials, all throughout the shoe. So they definitely killed it. And as a fan of that movie, I had no choice but to.
Also, the tag with the blue and red. Also, a very nice little hit there with the little
Yeah,
blue.
I think it's a nice clean shoe. It also was a really great shoe for kids too, because that's honestly sneakerheads are gonna grab it and stuff. It's really there's a bunch of shoes that are similar to it
For sure.
that it's not like it's filling a gap, but it's like a very cool shoe for kids that I can have nice shoes, but they're also tied to like the fucking movie I love.
And guess who's benefiting from this?
Nike.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Michael's
course.
sitting at home, cigar, everything. He's just like, ha ha ha, I got him. I'm tapped in the Marvel universe
Can you
now.
imagine just waking up every morning, just having to remind yourself how successful you?
I mean,
have
it
been?
must be.
gotta be
It must
exhausting.
be overwhelming, to be honest. Like he's got managers. Of,
I mean,
of
dude,
managers.
What do you
Yeah.
do when you've accomplished everything?
Yeah, no.
I mean, he hasn't accomplished everything because his gambling is still illustrious.
Yeah, but he's on a heater, dude.
He's-
you don't quit when you're winning.
Is he on a heater always? I know a couple of golfers who say otherwise.
Well, golfers like to bet. They like to gamble too. That's why they said. That's why they said Phil Mickelson went to this live golf. I don't know if you guys know about
Oh,
that. It's a
yeah.
whole separate golf league run by the Saudis.
Yeah,
But
you're, like, in
they
there
said
for
he had
life.
he had this gambling addiction. Like he would be like he'd play like skins for like $1 million a hole.
Yeah, these guys have no control. Fucking absolutely adrenaline.
And then this guy wants to complain about taxes.
Yeah, like honestly, I don't think I should have to pay this shit. And they're like, why? And they're like, because I technically have no more money.
I wouldn't go
So
that far,
next, was PlayStation. Okay, this is the Miles Morales
PlayStation.
game, and Adidas again tapped in and made this.
Tap in.
There's
dude.
no way I was gonna buy this shoe. This is pretty.
Again, beautiful site
not
for
crazy
you.
about it.
Yeah, it's not.
It is a.
This is, mind you, this is the same year essentially as this. This is so like such a.
This shoe is a Adidas Superstar
Yes.
with red body, bright red body,
Mm-hmm.
black stripes, black sole. It has a very weird vibe to it. It kind of looks like a Run DMC shoe mixed with a bowling shoe.
Yeah, bowling shoe, good call.
So
It
when
could be
I
pulled off
saw
their
this,
outfit, but-
the first thing I thought was like,
It's for like a guy.
it
who
looks
wants to
like
be
a really
B-boy.
bad custom. Like they just took a black, a superstar and
Ooh,
just
yeah.
painted it red.
Are there like all black superstars, like all black Air Force Ones?
Oh, absolutely. That's like most cats wear that for sure. Yeah. But there's that, and I guess we have to acknowledge it. But like when you compare it to,
We have to.
Oh, someone
This-
did. Someone did.
Someone did
It was
right
they're about
there.
to
It's like-
fight,
Perfect.
dude.
It's already on the internet.
dude, like
great
people were
image.
just like,
And that's the original
"Ew."
content we bring.
That's right.
They were like, ew, this is terrible. So they made a low top one for consumers, but in the game, funny enough, he's actually wearing a high top one.
Which would kind of be cooler.
Did you play any of these games?
I did.
They're fantastic.
They're
Yeah.
fantastic.
They're
It's almost
awesome.
like that Star Wars Fallen Order game. Like it's almost canon, and it's
game's
like
so hard.
you have to like play it to keep in touch with the universe. Like it's absolutely like
It's true.
relative to the story. So
Gotta
there's
keep
that.
up, Pat. I gotta get you a PlayStation, brother.
Never played a video game. Never will.
You weren't allowed. We've talked about it many times.
Yeah, okay, dude. Maybe I wasn't allowed. Maybe I chose not to.
Maybe my fingers were greasy. Maybe they weren't.
Maybe I chose to eat and survive.
And then we got that new upcoming Jordan 1 that we talked about.
Yeah, we've talked about the new upcoming Jordan 1
there's a
from
2.0 of this.
Okay.
And
it looks like
I'm kind of on the fence. Me and
it looks like
others.
a little bit of doo-doo caca, if you know what I'm saying.
No. We're going to reserve that for what's down there in a second. But Jordan 1.
I just didn't. These seem like too much. This seems like they took the shoe from the first one and cranked it up to 11.
Okay.
And that's not always good.
Oh yeah, what? My
Right?
goodness.
That
just
initial reaction was how I felt a couple months back. Yeah.
It's just too much. I don't like it. It has like a lot of weird.
It has the shattered like dimension. So like you
Yeah.
see different aspects of it. Like, but ultimately,
Like who's gonna rock those?
yeah, it's one of
Who's
those
gonna
things.
pull them off? Is the question.
Guys in Miami, cool guys at
You know
clubs.
who? Me, when I find it at Plato's Closet for $18. No, but it's one of those shoes that I'll make my final call once I see it. But it's not looking.
Have you ever
so
seen
good
them
so
in
far.
real life?
No,
No one's ever brought them in.
no, it ain't out yet.
Oh, those aren't out yet?
No.
I thought those were released already.
Hold on. May 20th, they come out. May 20th.
The movie. The movie doesn't come out till June. That was a long ass trailer, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good trailer.
Yeah, May 20th. So, we'll see. What can I say?
I'm probably gonna Blake. I'll send a letter today to Nike about it.
And then this one I found at Goodwill for $5. Thank goodness.
$5 for
Really?
those?
Yeah, I was like,
That's a great buy.
Yeah. But this is an example of a shoe so this is a foam posit, great classic Nike shoe. But what were they doing? Like, it doesn't really look like Spider-Man. It definitely has got the colors, but like this just looks like bad Venom separating them. And it's just like,
Is it supposed to
been
be a
done.
Spider-Man thing?
oh yeah, it's called the Spider-Man foam posit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they made Air Force Ones with the same colorway, and it's just terrible. It's considered one of the worst foam posits of all time, and
They're so hard.
It's like heavy,
Yeah, it's like a snake could never bite through this, dude.
dude. They might be the shoes for you. I know
You
you're
know,
very concerned about snakes wherever you go.
I'm real worried about snakes. Don't
Okay.
fucking
Do you
make
like
fun
those
of-
less or more?
Those look a little bit better, I
I
think.
call this unwearable. Like, bro, what?
Do you like it less or more? I'd say
Well-
it's literally unconsumable.
Got my answer.
Well, like, if I were to pull this off, I would have to go so
Another-
out of my way.
For the people who cannot see this on video nor see it in the audio, it's a Air Force One that it's this weird blue to black to red fade.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it looks weird. It doesn't look custom though. It looks just bad. It looks
really-
phoned in.
It really.
It looks like the guy was on Photoshop and just scribbled black in between the
Exactly.
two colors, and he's like,
Exactly.
what if we just did that?
I mean, I just feel like huge missed opportunity on this shape. They could have done
Yeah.
webs. I don't know, just like
Oh, how sick would
Huge
it be
miss.
if they changed the shape of the foam posit like they did with the CDG one?
oh, that'd be way too much work.
Would it?
Oh yeah, you'd have to change the machines and this, that.
I think they have the money though. I think they're doing okay.
This they did, but clearly on this one, somebody got a job they shouldn't have gotten.
Right.
Let's just say.
Question: Did Stan Lee wear Nikes? Yes
Yeah.
or yes or yes?
Yes, dude.
Are there any images of that? Yohei's already.
Yeah,
on the
Yohei,
shit,
why
dude.
don't we dig up a couple images of Stan Lee and Nike?
First of all,
what's Stan Lee's shoe game look like?
Stanley
Yeah,
wearing.
there's like a 100-year celebration of him. Like he would have been 100 this year, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're doing something on.
And
Disney Plus
he's
or something.
barely been canceled.
I mean, yeah, Stan Lee is a complicated figure.
No,
in the
I'm
world of
saying
comics.
like in a good way where like usually someone dies and like, oh, you're not gonna believe it. We went in his attic. 4 girls,
Literal
a bunch
skeletons
of,
in
a
the
bunch
closet.
of yeah, literal skeletons.
Dude, as I'm
Just-
like looking up this stuff, I'm hearing what you guys are saying. So he's always
Oh, you're listening.
wearing stuff like this.
What's he rocking?
He's
dude?
wearing
Couple of
white
grams?
grandpa
Those
shoes.
shoes rule, dude.
Look up young Stan Lee, dude. Don't look up at him when he's 80.
But if you really think about it, he really is always wearing shoes like that.
Well, he wore the same outfit. He's like Bill Gates. He wears the same fucking
and
thing
again,
every day. Yeah.
this is when he's like 80, 90 years old. What's young Stan Lee?
I don't even think Google's gonna let me search that.
Young Stan Lee.
Cannot compute. Cannot compute.
That's what breaks the internet.
Like, I don't.
There's certain things that there's no
He
young
does seem
pictures
like a
of.
he does seem like a
Him
dress shoes
and
guy.
Morgan Freeman.
He's a normcore guy, dude. He's never been about the drip.
He's a dress shoes like always kind of
Look
fella.
what you've brought out.
Is that him?
That's him exiting the Titanic. You nitwit. They don't wear sneakers.
Did you call me a nitwit?
There we go.
Yeah, dude, that's
Man's
sick.
old, bro. They wore leather shoes.
Yeah, he
back
was
then.
pre-Nike.
There were no
I'm
sneakers.
not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I thought you were gonna show me a picture of him in like some fucking dunks or
Yeah,
something.
I can't believe there's not a
Dude,
picture
that
of him
just-
in the
that's
80s.
not a thing. Man, they wore like PF flyers.
You're
and-
just looking up people from Angela's ashes now.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Woo.
Do we find it?
No.
Oh,
He's looking good though. That's
He's
him
probably
young.
wearing disco
That's
shoes.
Japanese Spider-Man.
That's Cocaine Stanley. My favorite version.
Hell yeah. Was Stan doing the yip? You think?
How do you think Marvel went bankrupt?
Yeah, that's
Why do you think they were
true.
selling file cabinets in the 90s?
That's true. He's like,
No,
we
I-
just gotta go. We gotta
No,
move
I-
them. We gotta get rid of these
I
file
truly
cabinets.
believe he was probably a pretty wholesome dude.
I really love this
I like
era
to
of
think he's not.
Spider-Man
I mean,
where
he-
his eyes just look different. Like
I mean,
it looked like he was
aside from
squinting.
taking a lot more credit than he probably should, but he was the face of Marvel. Someone
Yeah.
had to be the face of Marvel.
Someone has to be the face.
And Jack Kirby was a great.
Someone's
amazing
gotta do
artist,
it.
but he's not he's not the face of the.
Jack Kirby's just like a grumpy guy. Stan Lee was the man.
Stan the man, stealing your
Stan the
plan.
man, dude, stealing your plan, coming through, buying a gram.
Naturally, dude.
Naturally,
My goodness, Shakespeare.
I did. I got some rhymes.
Right here.
What are we looking at time wise? How long do
We got about 8 minutes.
8 minutes left, dude.
Final thoughts. Spider-Man.
What's the
Nikes.
future? You know, it's gonna be Nike and Adidas doing their thing.
What's the?
Definitely.
I'm gonna say what my future.
I'm just waiting on those Pumas.
Yeah, where's the Puma collection? No, I do want to know.
Huge miss, by the way. Black Panther Puma collab.
Oh my god.
Huge miss.
Wow, probably wanted to sell shoes.
It's because Adidas has locked in a non-compete thing with Marvel. It has to be
I didn't know that.
with merchandise
Oh, you're speculating, but probably the case.
because they've made Black Panther type Adidas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You got any of those? No Black Panther shoes?
Nope. Not for me.
What do
Final
you think we're about to see in new Spider-Man 4? What do you want to see?
Spider-Man 4.
Tom Holland coming
He's
back.
doing one more?
He signed the contract.
They pulled him back in.
Really?
Just when I thought I was
Yeah,
out.
dude. He was like, "What are
this
you
for
gonna
real?
do? Uncharted 2?"
They might.
Actually, that was crappy. But it was
Hey,
actually
I'm gonna tell
decent.
you, they're not.
Uncharted, I wanted to like it so bad. It was very okay.
Yeah.
But you know me. we
I'm with
champion
I'm
it.
with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
There was no mystical element. That's a whole nother
Exactly.
podcast.
It wasn't like golden. It was just like it felt like a.
It was a heist movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you guys a video game
Oh,
podcast.
we need to do an Uncharted episode. We need to do it. 100%.
Literally, I can speak about Uncharted as if it was sneakers. I'm with you.
But
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, what do you want to see in the
that
fourth one? Yeah, let me put my mask back on so you can fucking tell me what you think.
I want to
dude.
see. I mean, who have we not seen? I mean, they've done a lot of really good villains. I mean, pretty much all the big heavy hitters. I can't think of anyone else that they could. Oh, well, isn't Kraven supposed to show up at some point? You said they were talking about a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Kraven the Hunter movie
I don't know, man.
has begun shooting. We have seen footage.
Okay.
Starring Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, I like him. That's actually a good fucking call. Dude.
That's again.
Is he gonna do the mustache?
He's got to do the mustache. He's got to be. He's got to have.
Wait. Wasn't he already Quicksilver?
He was Quicksilver.
And they're gonna make him Kraven.
This is a Sony only.
But still, that's
This is
Wait,
like Venom.
Stop. Wait, what? They're
know.
making a spin-off Craven only.
movie.
that's just like
Funny fact.
so strange.
So when the spider
It's gonna have
Doctor-
a South African
Doctor
accent.
Strange was closing the portals, at the end of the
The second
The
Statue
third
of Liberty
movie.
in the last movie,
Yeah.
okay? All these characters were coming
Yeah,
down
you
from
can
the
see a lot, yeah.
You can see Craven. His physique is in, like, if you zoom in and
Yeah, there's like a bunch of Easter eggs in that, but
shit was dope, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna be. They just saw like some footage, I think, of the new movie.
New Spider-Man,
No, the new Craven movie.
New Craven. Oh, okay. I can't believe this is
It's
happening.
probably gonna be pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, it's.
what Craven is
Did anyone see the new Flash trailer yet?
is he good or bad? I'm a little confused.
He's 100% bad.
He's not a good guy.
He literally kills Spider-Man and wears his costume.
And endangered species.
Yeah,
Well, no, I didn't know if he protected animals or if he poached them. Like,
He's like a poacher.
Yeah, he's like a-
qualified poacher.
okay, because
he's
like,
a bad guy.
I'm not familiar with his origin story at all. But when you look at him, I am assuming one of two things: he protects the animals, or he 100% poaches.
He's a
them.
white guy. He's a white guy from Africa. So already not a great.
They
start.
already did the South African thing with what's his
They
name?
should
Claw?
get Garth.
The,
Garth,
Claw, yeah.
Garth would be the perfect casting.
oh,
That could be it. That could be the guy.
Our boy Garth, he's from South Africa.
really?
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Let's get him on the show.
Let's get him.
Does he like Spider-Man? Does he like Uncharted?
Yeah, what's he like? What do you like, dude?
Sound off in the comments, guys.
I don't know
Garth,
the clear.
sound off in the comments.
I don't know the clear answer to those questions, but
Garth, why don't you fucking donate to Patreon, dude? What's your deal?
Good segue.
Also, happy birthday. Also,
Very nice.
just go to patreon.com/threads and dreads. Garth and others, anyone could do it. Give us some money and we'll give you more content. You'll get to hear more stuff like this. I'm talking to a chef about doing a fucking video of him making me food. And it'd be on Patreon. And you'd get to see it and enjoy it with us.
does his name start with M?
His name does start with M.
Yes.
Is it Maddie?
It's Maddie Matheson, dude. You got me. We're doing... As fat people, we all kind of...
guys would hit it
As
off.
fat white guys who wear shirts that are a little too small, we're getting together at the
I mean,
conference.
you're basically him without tattoos.
Yeah, I have less tattoos and facial hair. And kids. And money. And success. But that's... otherwise...
That could change
That-
if you go to
and that-
patreon.com.
At patreon.com, let me get to Maddie Matheson levels. I'm wearing Spider-Man masks for money, for Christ's sakes. Also, Instagram.com/threads and dreads pod. We are available anywhere. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. On YouTube, it is Untitled Shoe Show. Make sure you check those out. The likes, the follows, the comments, do all the stuff you know you got to do. I also we got a art show, Buds 3, coming up. No Call, No Show. That's going to be May 13th. The info for that is at the PM Threads the Phoenix that's rose from the ashes Instagram account.
Oh, nice.
Has a new post. So check that out. A bunch of super talented people, a bunch of great people helping put it on. Definitely worth checking out. Totally free show. What the fuck? You guys got some stuff to plug? What do you want to plug, dude? What do you want to plug?
Go Cavs, please.
Go Cavs.
Go Cavs.
Shop Highland Throwbacks.
Shop Highland Throwbacks.
Yeah, that too. But go Cavs
But really,
first.
but more importantly,
Cavs take care of business. We are our business is set.
dude.
Cavs take care
Well,
of business.
I could use more business.
Beautiful.
Patreon could use more business. I'm not.
a little more foot
Go
traffic.
Cavs and Patreon. Support both. Let's hope both win. Go Cleveland. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll check you guys on the next one. Goodbye.